Okay, we just did 30 minutes of cardio on the treadmill. I started with 10 minutes walking, 20 minutes of jogging, and adding in some minute-long shadow boxing and minute-long breaks that last 10 minutes of jogging. So now we're going to continue to keep the treadmill on, and after a minute break, we're going to go do a quick kettlebell power circuit, which will be able to see right over here. So that's a push press. Really helps for punching power. It's 35 pounds. And you might notice it's very fast, and you're using your whole body. You can't really tell in the video, but I'm letting my ankles and my knees and my hips bend a little bit, straightening those out to really have that energy go through the lower body up to that kettlebell. So when we're punching, same idea, not just arm punches. You want to be able to use your whole body if you can. All right, I want to talk through my whole break. We got 10 seconds. So after that minute break, I go back and do my power work. Starting with the shoulders. One more set of the punch press. We'll start with the left side this time. So we ended with that set last time. I like to swing to a switch, so just staying busy to that chamber position, the rack position. You do the breathing, using it full silver technique, just like when you're punching. Put it down, using good form. Kettlebells get a little heavy. You want to make sure you're not letting your body relax too much when you're putting the weight down. That's when we're tired, or maybe make mistakes, and it's easy to injure yourself when you're picking the weight up or putting it down. All right, minute break. We're going to get into some swings with the lower body. I'll try to direct the camera a little bit so you can see that a little easier, so you can see the hip hinge that's needed in the swing. A lot of times with kettlebell, people use their lower back more than they need to versus that hip hinge. So we'll get that a little closer. Direct this a little bit more down so you can see that. There we go. Make it just a little darker. So I'm not blowing out. Alright. So the hip hinge, I'll do it sideways for you to see. Those hips should be going back. I like to call it a hand sandwich. So my hips go back, I should be able to get my hands stuck in there where they can't get out very easily. And we're just doing 10 here with power. So 35 is a little bit light. It's okay. You can probably go more or less if you're going to do it. And I want to activate those lats as it's going up, just so it's not flying over my head, not wasting time, and using that reverse hike to put it down, keeping that back straight. Going back on the treadmill for a minute. Just keep the heart rate going. And I'm going a little light today, so I'm giving myself a minute break. You can give yourself a 30-second break. I would suggest doing more than 10 reps for the kettlebell. 35 is a little light. Next time I'm going to go up a little bit. Back over here. So yeah, kettlebell power training, you want to stay between like 6 and 10 reps. And more than that, working more muscle, not as much as the nervous system. So we got a big one here. It's 32 kilos or about 70 pounds. So So maybe I'll just do 8 reps, depending on. Use that reverse hike, going back, drive it. You really have to use your whole body for a weight like this. Reverse hike down, and then right back to the treadmill. Your heart rate's up a little bit now. We'll get it down a little bit. We got 17 days until fight night. Still about 7.5 pounds to lose. But the cardio is helping. Fasting it feels great. I'm on my 1 hour. I go fast in mine. Well, so I'm on hour 13 of my fast, which I still have a few more hours to go. But I'm feeling good, feeling strong. Not getting woozy. I mentioned yesterday sometimes when I fast and work out during the fast, I feel a little woozy. But not happening today. Oh, that was my break. Let's go back. We're just doing 2 sets of all of these today. I'm not feeling myself, but I did want to show you a nice way to work out. And if you don't have a treadmill at home, that's okay. You could do, go back to 35. You can just walk around your block that you know it takes about a minute. Little joggers, walk in place. And then get yourself into using kettlebell, or if you don't have kettlebells, you can do plyometric, squat jumps, power push-ups. There's get a little air. There's a lot of different things you can do. You can do a quick sprint, whatever it might be. One of my favorites. We're going to do we're going to make this a multi movement here. So we're going to clean, push press again, the pendulum, bring it back down, clean, push press. It's a lot of the boxing aspects, like you're blocking a shot, you're punching, throwing across, back. You're blocking that shot, you're punching, catch and shoot, punching again, bring it back. Really great for the deceleration of those muscles. You need those back muscles to decelerate that force. And I have to decelerate 35 pounds. Plus, I don't know science very well, but velocity. So it's a little more than 35 pounds. The pendulum's a little difficult. I wouldn't start with that one. If you're the kettlebell, if you must simply try it, make sure your eyes and your chest follow the kettlebell as you punch across and over. Because you're not messing your shoulders up. And back on the treadmill. Keep having to move this just so you can see my parted face. Sure, that's what the old game for, right? So the heart rate is currently at about 141. And after about a minute, I want to see the heart rate come down about 20 or 30 beats per minute. That's letting me know my cardio is at a pretty good place. 20 or 30 beats. 30 would be best. It's staying where it's at. I have a pulse ometer on, I think they're called. It's checking my pulse versus that ECG version, which we're on the chest, which is a lot more accurate. So this one, kind of take this one with a grain of salt about the actual BPM. But, you know, if I don't want to put the strap on and be a little lazy, this is great. All right. One more set of our clean to our push press to our pendulum. Get that heart rate back up there. We'll start that left side this time. Feel that energy isn't there as much anymore. Using those legs to get that push press up. Twist those torso muscles. Push across the body. swing, switch, swing to the clean, push press. Pick your favorite power exercises. It's good to get one for the legs, one for the push muscles, one for the pull muscles, and one for the core muscles. So as we're standing, you know, a lot of the muscles get incorporated anyway, but it's good to isolate. This one's a little more for the push muscles. You get a pull as you're cleaning. That's a push. There's a push, not a pull aspect to it. Putting it down safely, keeping that spine neutral. Okay, we're gonna do one more. This video's getting long. So we're gonna switch over. The pull, the swings that we did earlier with the head or kettlebell, 2 arms, that is more of your pull muscles. You're getting your hamstrings involved, your lats are stabilizing, you're pulling up this way, so some of those upper back muscles, scapula muscles are being used. We started with a push press, just a push press to start. I love that one. Can't wait for you to get ready. And then the clean push press pendulum. So we haven't really had one that focuses, isolates those shoulder muscles or the back, the pull muscles of the shoulder as much. So now we're going to hit that rear delt, those rhomboids, mid, lower traps with one of my favorites. Great for the external rotators too. This is your power high row. It's not an upright row. I think the upright row is a little dangerous for the shoulder because we're internally rotating, right? But the power row, you'll see with the kettlebell, the elbow is going to stay about in line with the shoulder, and the wrist is going to go into line with that shoulder as well. So one thing to avoid is getting like this with the kettlebell, because that could be put yourself kind of in an Americana, you know, like that. So if you want to try this at home, feel free, try it lightly, and make sure you're keeping that shape. So practice with a lightweight. Watch me do it a few times. Watch this video a few times, and then you can join. So it's going to start between the legs here. Driving that elbow back, almost like you're elbowing somebody behind you. And you'll notice it stops right about there. Right? That's where we want to stop. And then to make it more difficult, try to slow that kettlebell down as it's going down, and you really feel those back muscles fire. Pull up fast and slow. Pull it fast and slow. 8, 9, and 10. You switch. Forward this side. I like doing opposite sides, and you really feel the difference where your arms are. My left shoulder is jacked. It doesn't like this. It's a lot weaker. Now using a barbell, I might be able to cheat. Reverse height back. Using that stronger right side. So doing one side really makes you, one side at a time, it really makes you catch that weaker side up, because it can't cheat as much. In fact, you can even do more reps on that weaker side, as long as you're not doing it awkwardly. You can go one before failure is a good rule of thumb. You don't want to go over that failure rep, especially the kettlebell, because that failure rep might look ugly. You want to go one before failure. So really knowing your body and be like, hey, if I try one more, it's going to be ugly and dangerous, I'm going to stop here. So kind of knowing that fine line is important. But if you feel like you can do a couple more reps on that weaker side, not a bad idea. All right, we got one more set of these power high rows, and then I'm off to doing some boxing. Doing some boxing training. Here we go. We'll go back this time. Try to get a couple extra reps. As my shoulder will take it. 2. Drive an elbow back. 3. Remember, you like stop right there and slow it down. 4. And feel those muscles, and you decelerate that weight. 6. 8. 9. 12. Switch sides. Switch. I always forget to slow it down. It's hard. And using a good reverse high put it down. All right, so